Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with your Tarot Talk Tuesday for the new year. Continuing from where we left off back in, what was that, October? We are continuing with the Four of Cups. So, got that posted up there. There we go. Okay, so the Four of Cups is actually a really easy one for me to read in a uh, in any reading, because it is about things being given to you or things being presented to you. Whether or not you notice that they are being presented to you is another story. But before I go on to that, let me just say, um, I think the last, and I want to double check my math here or my facts here. Yes, the last tarot deck review and reveal that I did was the Golden Girls Tarot. And it's kind of fitting because we just lost Betty White, and that has been something that for me has been kind of weighing on me. So much so that I'm actually wearing Golden Girl socks. Um, yes, they have, and I can barely get my feet up like that, but they have the characters on there. They have cheesecakes. I got them for as a Christmas present from my pseudo sister-in-law. um, Even though I'm not married, yeah, she's like a sister-in-law to me. The one that's actually in the hospital that I announced in yesterday's video. Um, by the time you're seeing this, uh, yeah. So she gave me those for Christmas, and it was absolutely wonderful. I love them, and I was wearing them even before um, we got the news on Betty White, and I about broke down on New Year's Eve whenever I heard that news. So I just wanted to say that it's kind of fitting that we did the deck review and reveal of the Golden Girls Tarot, before Betty White passed. We surely are missing, a person that is wonderful in this world now that she has departed. Anyway, and I also wanted to say before I go on any further that I did get a news alert uh, about some of the activism that Betty White did with animals and whatnot. She was a huge lover of animals, if you didn't know. And there is a list out there of the different causes and whatnot. If you would like to, um, get, look into that, if you are into animal rights and whatnot, or just saving animals and, the general overall loving of animals. So, speaking of which, I have Dobby way over there, I have Tonks right here, and I have Jelly, who is cowering somewhere around here. The dogs are being corned off so they don't keep trying to attack Jelly, but this is mine and Jelly's time. Hi, Dobby. And they have grown so much. Maybe I should be posting a video of their first time in the snow. But anyway, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video, which is what you actually came here for, which is the Four of Cups. Now, I do have my notes, so you're going to see me reading off my notes here. In the upright, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. In the upright, it is new invitations and opportunities that are flowing to you, but you aren't seeing them. This is the go-to one that I always uh, that I always use whenever I first see this card. Here you see and I can probably make it bigger there. You can see that this cup is being presented from a hand that's coming out of a cloud, and it's being presented to this individual who is sitting there just looking at these three other cups, not really paying attention to what the hand is being present or what the hand is presenting to them. They're not really paying attention to it. They're not really noticing it. They're kind of just lamenting that, hey, there's these 3 cups here. I wish I had more, or I wish I had this instead of these. Um, so this is an opportunity, or maybe even an item or an event that is being presented to you. An event is also an opportunity, so that's dumb that you said that, Rich. But anyway, we're going to go on with this. This is something that is being presented to you that you are not noticing, that you are not taking advantage of. And I do want to say, even though we are not doing the church as of right now, my first uh, sermon, my first service was going to be on caring for yourself in this new year. But I think this also works. This card here also works because I think there are things being presented with every turning of the wheel, with every turning of a day, of a calendar page or a planner page, that there are things being offered to you. Um, Whether or not we accept them sets us on a different path or a different journey in our life. So, this is something to keep in mind whenever this comes up in a reading for you, to start looking for those things that are being presented to you, those opportunities, those things in your life that are being presented to you, that you have the opportunity for, and you are not taking advantage of those. So this is one that really hits home for that. Now, I got this all off as far as the picture. There we go. Let me get this straight here, because otherwise it's going to start bugging me. Okay. The next thing I have on my note here is you may be focusing more inward than focusing on what is being offered. So this is saying, like, this individual is clearly sitting underneath this tree. They might be meditating, they might be sulking, they might be in a mood that they are more focused inward and in their own head, their own, as I like to say, my head gets in my own way sometimes, because I overthink things. But this is the type of event where, you're living more in your head than you are in the world. And that can be problematic. Uh, Definitely, there are times whenever we need to have self-care, and we need to do that for ourselves rather than doing everything that is being asked of us at all times. So we want to take care to make sure that we are not only taking care of ourselves, but we're not sitting there sulking in our own mind and missing things that are being presented to us. The next thing I have on here is, if you're looking to start a new project, this can be calling you to take your emotions and into consideration before taking the plunge and accepting the opportunity. So again, we're looking at opportunities being presented to you. Um, do a self-check. Again, this might be that this individual in this situation notices the opportunities that are there, but really needs to do a self-check and consider their own emotions and their own mental state. And I really want to stress that mental health is something that we need to normalize within society, that we need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. And I think I got yeah, that's a little bit of a scar there. I just thought I had a wild eyebrow. Anyway, sorry, getting distracted. Take inventory of your emotions, of your mental state, before you take the plunge into something that might seem rational, but mentally, are you okay to do it? Are you emotionally okay to undertake this type of endeavor? So take those into consideration before taking the plunge. My next note is, this card can also come up if your daily life is a little too blah. This is a reminder to step back and evaluate why you feel this way. So again, we're looking at this individual meditating here. They are clearly lost in their own mind or in their own thoughts. Taking that step back is important to do for your own self-care. Um, Noticing that this itself is an opportunity is important as well. So if this comes up in a reading and it's like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing today, and this is your card of the day, maybe this is the moment whenever either you want to look for that opportunity that's being presented to you that you're just not really seeing. Look at that opportunity and evaluate it. Take your own emotions take stock in your own emotions, your own mental health, your own well-being. Um, Step back and make sure that it's right for you if you are choosing to take the plunge, or maybe this is coming up in a reading because your life is a little blah and you need to evaluate why it's making you feel that way. Uh, so yeah, those are the uprights. There's one more that I have, and it also goes with part of the reversed. Um, and this is the last one, is more geared towards love. But it can fit for other instances. And this is that you are withdrawn because you have been hurt before. Um, Been there, and I know that feeling. Trust me, I know that feeling. When you've been crossed and you don't feel inclined to put yourself in that position again. Okay, so sometimes in love, we have these situations where, yes, we've been hurt, we've been wronged, we've had these things happen to us, or, events happen to us in general, and you've been hurt by that. So you don't really feel inclined to go through all of that again. And sometimes we are being presented with an opportunity to try to take that on again. Again, this is, uh, you know, focusing on your emotions, focusing on your mental state, your emotional state, and whether or not you are ready to go into that, to take that leap again. Um, you know, but just be careful about being too withdrawn from others, because that in and of itself can be problematic for you. Okay, and we're gonna rotate that. There we go. So in reverse, this is a period of introspection. This is a time of retreating inwards. This is more intense than the earlier calling of introspective work. This is a time to decompress and focus on you. Don't force yourself to do what you aren't comfortable with. Be gentle with yourself at this time. We all need this at times. We all need to withdraw, cloister in, become a hermit for a little bit. And this in reverse is calling us to do that, or is one of the things that it might be calling you to do. So, maybe not taking that opportunity that's being presented to you. Maybe just sitting as this individual is in a meditative state. I keep on gesturing over here because it's over here on my screen. Y'all don't care. It's over here. Uh, anyway, this could also be that you are going into a time of feeling inspired, or uninspired, I'm sorry, uninspired, disillusioned, or a period of disappointment. Everything is difficult for you, and it is easier for you to not deal with it rather than giving it the attention it needs, such as ignoring bills, housework, or projects at work. So, this is a warning sign. For me, if this were to come up in a reverse, and this was the meaning that I derived from it, yeah, it's one of those feelings of depression. And I know there are people out there that have these feelings the same as me. There are many out there, I would venture to say, that have it to a greater extent than I do. My partner being one of them, and it's his story to tell, not mine. But, there are certain things that you don't feel like doing on certain days. And, I can relate. I have related to this plenty of times. And this is that type of feeling whenever it comes up in reverse, is that it, you may want to withdraw. Sometimes you need to fight that in order to keep on the legal side of things so you don't get too far behind and grow even deeper into a depressive state. But this can be a warning sign that there might be something like that up on the horizon. If it's in the past position, fantastic. That would mean that this period is waning or it is over entirely, and you are back on a steady platform. So that would be fantastic if this is in reversed and in the past position. If it is in the future position or in the current position, um, don't take it lightly. Step back. See, are you doing something? Are you not paying attention to something that you should be paying attention to? Um, my partner came down from upstairs, and I closed the door, and the dog is whining. I think that's Dobby that's whining. He has a higher whimper than Tonks does, and he doesn't really talk. But Tonks is finding her voice just fine. Um, let's see. And the other one is the same as we discussed before, being more geared towards love, that you don't want to be hurt again. This is to a more severe state of it. So, I mean, basically the same thing as before, just a greater extent, a more severe situation of that. So, that's what I have for the Four of Cups. I cannot tell you how many times I kept on either saying swords or wands, and I've even written it in my I've gotten 2 planners so far for the new year. One is a little tiny pocket planner, and the other one is more of a desk planner. I'd rather do my own planner pages, but I have not gotten to print them out. And I can't tell you how many times I've written, 4 of cups, or I mean 4 of swords instead of, or swords instead of cups, or wands instead of cups, and all that. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Um, but that's all that I have for the 4 of Cups. And yeah, let me know what you think by leaving a comment down below. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever new videos come out. And consider being a patron. As I said yesterday, the church has been postponed for right now, but you can still support that endeavor and things that go along with it by becoming a patron down below. And a special shout out to our patron, Sophia. Thank you, Sophia. Be like Sophia. They are awesome. Anyway, I also want to plug Sophia's YouTube site. I don't know if I've done that before. Sophia Brings Light. She does videos. I believe Sophia identifies as she. If I am incorrect on that, I do apologize. I want to continue on trying to be as respectful as possible with gendering people and giving proper genders. So Sophia has a wonderful channel. I do suggest going over there, popping over there, paying a visit, subscribing and liking all those good YouTube things. And until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye.